Hi guys, welcome to BioExplain. From this video onwards, we are going to get started with the chapter that is reproductive health. The chapter is a part of the NEET syllabus and we are going to follow our NCERT biology book of class 12 to cover this chapter. So in this first video, what we'll talk about is the general introduction and the lecture will be completely based on NCERT. So let's begin. Well, so the first thing that we should know, that is what is reproductive health. So what we can say is that a person who has healthy reproductive organs with normal functions, that is the physical aspect, plus the social, behavioral and emotional aspects of reproduction are all included under reproductive health. Right? So what are we saying? That say there's a person who has healthy reproductive organs. If I talk about a female, the person has properly functioning ovaries, secreting or producing one egg every month, has a good menstrual health, that is, does not have a lot of problem during the menstruation, has regular cycle of menstruation. So all these, that means the reproductive organs are healthy. Physically, they are healthy. But also along with that, we need to consider that whether the social health, the behavioral health, and the emotional aspects are also fine. Only when all of these are correct or all of these are healthy and balanced, we can say that a person has good reproductive health. Okay. Now, what do we understand by the term family planning? That is very important. So family planning was initiated in 1951 in our country, and these are a group of plans and programs that have been taken by our government to attain total reproductive health as a social goal. That is, we want majority of our population to have good reproductive health. So there have been a lot of plans and programs that have been undertaken so that a lot of people, the majority of our population, has good reproductive health. So now what I'm going to do is, completely based on NCERT, we are going to consider the points one by one. That is, what is family planning? What are the different plans and programs that are included under it? How has it helped us? Etc. etc. So let's take up the first thing. What is it? We are going to talk about the reproductive health, the problems and strategies that have been undertaken. So India was amongst the first countries in the world to initiate action plans and programs at a national level to attain total reproductive health as a social goal. That means ours were one of the first countries in the world to take up these various plans and programs. That is at the national level. That is, the government itself has taken up these plans and programs so that majority of our population, or we can say the whole population, like together, can attain good reproductive health. Then these programs are what we call to be family planning. So these are the programs that have been undertaken for total reproductive health. Together, they are termed as family planning programs. And please try to remember the year it was initiated in 1951. And then time and again, these plans and programs and the various points that are included under it, they were all periodically assessed over the past decades. That is, from time to time, they were revised. If some newer plans needed to be adopted, those were adopted. If some kind of changes needed to be done to the older plans, they have been done. So from 1951 till today, these plans are completely under assessment from time to time. Well, so अभी तक क्या देखा हम लोगों ने कि time to time these plans and programs were revised. तो क्या है कि ये जो improved programs are there, they are covering wider reproduction related areas. कि पहले जितना points वो cover करते थे, right now they cater to a lot more areas. And अभी कौन से नाम से जाना जाता है? These are working under the name RCH programs. तो RCH programs क्या है? RCH programs are reproductive and child health care. कि we are not just concerned about reproduction process, we are also concerned about, say, the health of the pregnant mother, the health of the newborn baby, and all that. ठीक है? तो these programs, what do they want to do? They want to create awareness among people about what? About various reproduction related aspects. And the government also provides different facilities and support for building up a reproductively healthy society. And these are the major tasks under these programs. तो क्या है कि different villages में ये मिलता है कि there are health centers where people will come and provide information ki what to do when a woman is pregnant, what kind of steps to take before childbirth, what to do after the child is born, what kind of care needs to be taken, breastfeeding related information, then how many children can you have, that related information, right? So this is all about creating the awareness, and government के साइड से बहुत सारे help and support भी मिलता है so that the reproductive health standard for the entire society can increase. Now, what are the different things that they are using? They are using audio visual implements. They're using print media, governmental and non-governmental agencies. They take up various steps to create this awareness. Like Jesse, you will see there that there are small pamphlets or little posters that come out which tell you about that key, don't make a lot of children, have a small family. A small family is a happy family. Then they have posters like you give proper breastfeeding to the newborn child for quite some years. So these are all print media services that they use. Then nowadays, different news channels also, you'll find small advertisements from the government that comes up. तो ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट में क्या बताते हैं कि एनी काइंड ऑफ मेंस्ट्रुअल रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम, प्लीज टेक द फीमेल टू द नियरेस्ट हेल्थ सेंटर और द हॉस्पिटल, मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन को मेंटेन कीजिए, चाइल्ड बर्थ के बाद आपको क्या क्या स्टेप्स फॉलो करना है. तो ऑल ऑफ दीज डिफरेंट मेजर्स आर बीइंग टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट as well as the non-governmental agencies to increase or to elevate the reproductive health standard of our society, right? Then parents, other close relatives, teachers and friends, all of them have a major role in dissemination of the above information. जैसे government schools में right now all the teachers have been instructed to pass on good information about menstrual health and reproductive health. In, like, this is very common ki in the large cities like Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, यहाँ पे जो schools है सब large schools, there this was done for quite some time. But nowadays what happens is even the rural areas, they are adapting to this change. They are breaking that social taboo. पहले क्या होता था कि father will never talk about the menstrual hygiene at home. But nowadays, be it a male teacher, be it a female teacher, whatever, everybody is coming forward and we are all working together in elevating the reproductive health standard, right? So introduction of sex education in schools should be encouraged. A child should know the actual biology behind whatever happens in her life, his or her life. There should not be any taboos or misconceptions regarding anything, right? So then in rural areas earlier, it was seen that children would get married कि 15-16 साल में ही they are getting married. तो वो अभी बंद कर दिया गया. So children need to understand ki why shouldn't we marry and why shouldn't we have children at this young age, right? So a lot of programs have been implemented such that social taboos are broken. People do not have misconceptions about sex related aspects. And in all, kya hai? कि the overall reproductive health can increase. Okay, so what other points are there? We should be giving proper information about reproductive organs, then adolescence and related changes, safe and hygienic sexual practices, sexually transmitted diseases, STD, AIDS, etc. would help people, especially those in the adolescent age group, to lead a reproductively healthy life. तो क्या मीनिंग है? This means that at school or during the adolescent age, people should have proper information about reproductive organs. कि क्या, how do the ovaries work? How do the testes work? Function क्या है? Then adolescence का जो period है, मतलब puberty का जो period आता है, during this puberty, there are lot of related changes happening, right? That is, in case of girls, what are the changes that we see? We see that the menstruation begins. This is a major change, right? Then और क्या क्या changes मिलता है in case of girls? Development of breasts, enlargement of breasts. That is another major change that happens. So girls find it very difficult to cope up with this. Males में भी बहुत से changes होते, जैसे एक sudden voice change आ जाता है. Their shoulder and all that will get broader and broader. So hormonal changes are there in the body, right? Now many children will find it difficult to cope up with these changes. कि suddenly उनको लगेगा कि what is happening with me? क्यों इतना different type of feeling is happening? Why is my body changing so much? तो उन्हें proper information देना है कि all of this is very normal. सब कुछ normal है. This is just happening due to biological processes only. Then people into the marriageable age or young couples, they should be given information about safe and hygienic sexual practices. People should know about STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, जिसे हम STIs भी कहते हैं, sexually transmitted infections भी कहा जाता है, right? So these are diseases where body fluids के transfer से infection spread होता है. That is, say two people who are engaged in sexual activity, if that is unprotected, that is, if the body fluids of these two people are in contact, if one person is already infected, there are high chances of the partner to also get infected. One example of this is AIDS. I guess you all know what is AIDS, right? So AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, right? And AIDS occurs due to HIV. This HIV virus is responsible for causing AIDS, right? So all of these information should be given to people, especially to those in the adolescent age group who are just trying to understand about the different changes. They are just trying to get used to these kind of new changes that are happening to them. So if they have proper information, अगर उनके पास correct information है, उन्हें पता है कि क्या करना है, how to keep up with all of these, then they can lead a reproductively happy and healthy life. Next क्या है कि आपको like government के पास ऐसे plans है कि they educate people, especially fertile couples. Fertile couples मतलब couples who are right now in the age to produce children, कि they already have produced one child, they are planning to produce another child. So these are fertile couples. And those in the marriageable age group about birth control options. Like, right? कि जैसे क्या होता है, mostly in rural areas, earlier we would find one family having 4 children, 5 children, 6, 7 children. There was no control. They would not care about financial situation क्या है, social situation क्या है, just they would have large number of children, right? So nowadays what has happened कि because of these family planning programs, couples know कि how many children to produce. Birth control options है उनके पास, right? They also know how to take care of the pregnant mother. Postnatal care मतलब after birth, what care needs to be given to the mother as well as to the child. Breastfeeding का importance क्या है कि the child develops good immunity if you keep on breastfeeding. It is essential. Mother's milk is essential for good health and development of the child. Then earlier this was a major problem कि female child was not favored. People would think कि female child कुछ नहीं बस एक burden है, right? But then with these programs and good education, there have been information that equal opportunities need to be given to male as well as female child, right? तो ये सब करने से क्या होता है ना, socially conscious healthy families of desired size. That is, in simple words, you can say that small family desired size का happy family. कि whatever is your financial condition, whatever is your social condition, satisfy everything and then get your children. So small family is a happy family. और किस चीज के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करना चाहिए, जैसे कि देयर शुड बी अवेयरनेस ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स ड्यू टू अनकंट्रोल्ड पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ. पीपल शुड नो कि अगर बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन हो गया तो क्या हो जाएगा. प्रॉब्लम्स लाइक एकदम मेजर प्रॉब्लम विल बी तो फूड एंड वाटर स्कार्सिटी, राइट. वाटर स्कार्सिटी एंड फूड स्कार्सिटी, कि पॉपुलेशन इतना ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगा कि food and water will not be enough. Then there will be land unavailability. Land unavailability मतलब कि रहने के लिए जगह नहीं मिलेगा, कि एक छोटा सा कमरे में 4-5 people will have to stay like that. So these are some of the basic problems कि अगर uncontrollably population keeps on increasing, we have to face this. So you have to tell these to the people. The government has programs कि ये सब information सबके पास it reaches everyone. Social evils जैसे कि sex abuse, sex related crimes, मतलब illegal जो trafficking है, young girls are sent from one place to another illegally, they are just used for sexual pleasures. So for all of these, people should be made aware कि what are the implications, what need to be done in order to stop these, in order to prevent these, so that we have a socially responsible as well as a healthy society. So successful implementation of various action plans, all that we have discussed for so long, to attain reproductive health requires strong infrastructural facility, professional expertise and material support. Strong infrastructural facility का मतलब क्या हुआ, जैसे आपको proper health centers चाहिए, right? You need good health centers where people can come for all these help. You will need good kind of hospitals so that childbirth process is hygienic, prenatal, postnatal, those kind of cares can happen properly, right? So all of these professional expertise, जैसे for example you need trained nurses, you need a lot of doctors for all of these processes to take place. Then you will require health workers who have knowledge about these, who can go to the different health centers and information दे सके कि ये सब plans है, ये आपको follow करना है. And material support. Material support is like different kind of hospital substances and etc. So that these people can basically use them in order to attain all of these programs and plans में जो सब mentioned. Then क्या है? Why is this essential? Because medical assistance needs to be given to people. जैसे कि pregnancy में क्या करना है, delivery के time पे क्या करना है, STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, अगर हो जाए तो वो social taboo ना मान के डॉक्टर के पास जाना, proper antibiotics या जो भी line of treatment है उसे ठीक से follow करना. Abortion, that is, abortion is not contraception. कि somebody can't just get pregnant and then abort saying that I don't want the child. Abortion should be taken very responsibly. कि अगर कोई disease है child का, if that is found out by some tests, or if it is some kind of sex abuse that has led to abortions, only in those cases. Contraception क्या है, कि what measures can you take beforehand so that the person doesn't get pregnant. Then menstrual problems में क्या करना है, Infertility, how to treat infertility. The couple is not being able to conceive a child, how to treat that. So all of these come under the large umbrella कि ये सारे चीजों के लिए assistance provide करना है, right? So there has to be better techniques and new strategies from time to time, because हर 10 साल में requirement बदलेगा. There will be newer technologies coming up, newer problems coming up, right? So better techniques, proper good strategies need to be involved so that there is better care, efficient care and assistance that is given to people. Then another major problem, especially in rural areas, were कि female child was not favored. कि पहले ही, just even before the child is born, female feticide was performed. कि अगर the fetus is girl child, तो आप abortion कर लीजिए. This was there. So what did the government do? It brought up a statutory ban on amniocentesis. तो amniocentesis क्या है ना? Amniocentesis है कि when a person is pregnant, तो like reproduction chapter में हम लोग पढ़ के आए already, that fetus is there and it is surrounded in a cushion, that is the amnion. जैसे आप मान लो कि आपके पास एक बलून है, बलून के अंदर पूरा पानी है एंड आप छोटा सा एक पिंग पोंग बॉल बलून के अंदर यू हैव पुट. तो वो पिंग पोंग बॉल जो है अंदर, दैट इज योर फीटस, एंड ये जो बलून है वो है आपका एमनियन, एंड बलून के अंदर जो लिक्विड है दैट इज योर एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड. सो ये जो एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड है ना, अगर थोड़ा सा एक्सट्रैक्ट किया जाए, then you can run different tests such as sex determination of the fetus. तो इंडिया ने क्या किया, एकदम ये वाला टेस्ट पे बैन लगा दिया, that no kind of amniocentesis can be performed. So sex determination has become illegal in our country. You cannot legally check the gender or the sex of your unborn child. Because once people would check the gender, if it was female, they would go for female feticides, right? तो वो कम करने के लिए this amniocentesis test has become banned in India. Then massive child immunization has programs are done. Immunization का program मतलब क्या होता है ना, इसमें vaccination होता है. Like okay, these are vaccination. जैसे for example, free polio drops are available. Polio drops एकदम free में दिया जाता है. Free polio drops are available to children up to a certain age. ठीक है. अब ये जो amniocentesis we are talking about, amniocentesis का बस एक ही फंक्शन नहीं है कि sex determination. Sex determination function के लिए it has been banned so that female feticide is stopped. But amniocentesis has other functions too. That is, it can give you info about sex of the fetus, we've seen, about genetic disorders, जैसे कि कोई डाउन सिंड्रोम है किसी बच्चे का, हीमोफीलिया इज देयर, सिकल सेल अनीमिया. These are all what? All hereditary disorders, genetic disorders, parents से passed on हुआ है, right? So amniocentesis can give information about all these also. And it can tell you about the survivability of the fetus, कि whether this pregnancy will be a successful one or whether it will not be a successful one. Well, so now let's discuss about population stabilization and birth control. तो last century में क्या है कि there has been an all-round development in various fields, medical health या तो reproductive health care facilities, न्यूबॉर्न चाइल्ड केयर, जो भी हो, सारे के सारे एरियाज में ही देयर हैज बीन अ सिग्निफिकेंट इंप्रूवमेंट दैट हैज बीन नोटिस्ड, कि क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ द पीपल दैट हैज इंक्रीज्ड, राइट? बट with increased health facilities along with better living conditions, it has caused explosive impact on growth of population. मतलब पहले से diabetes में if 20 people would die, just for example, with newer medicines, with easily available treatment, now say only 2 people die. So what happened was population जो था, the population is increasing explosively, right? So world population was around 2 billion in 1900. Within just this much time, by 2000, it came to 6 billion. That is 3x हो गया. कितना था? 2 billion था, multiplied by 3 हो गया by 2000. And in 2011, it became 7.2 billion. That is, जितना healthcare facilities का betterment came in, उतना ही population started to rocket become, it was rocketing very high. Similar trend India में भी observe किया गया. क्या है कि our population was 350 million at the time of our independence. लेकिन 2000 में, in the year 2000, it reached to the billion mark. And 2011 में तो it crossed 1.2 billion. Okay. तो क्या है कि these factors like maternal mortality rate मतलब death rate of mothers. Death rate of mothers. Then क्या है? Infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate मतलब death rate of infants. That is the child that has been born and up to a certain time. So all of these started to come down due to better health condition, better medical condition. पहले क्या होता था कि say the mother went into labor pain, childbirth is about to happen, उतना अच्छा medical facilities नहीं था, तो a lot of mothers would die. The child would get born, the hygiene, the situation was not that favorable. A lot of children would die. A lot of them would fail to survive due to malnutrition. But अब health condition, medical condition हो गया better, right? तो maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate, all of these started to come down. ठीक है? So according to 2011 census report, population growth rate was less than 2%. ठीक है? So that is 20 per 1,000 per year, a rate at which our population could increase rapidly. Ki even though the rate came down, but what happened was 2% rate was there, but the number was very high. Our population was increasing rapidly. So because it was growing at this alarming rate, there would be absolute scarcity of basic requirement, जैसे कि food, water, shelter, clothing, all of these could become like lesser. Significant progress is happening. Food industry is also progressing. Clothing industry is also progressing. More and more flats and buildings are being built. लेकिन फिर भी the rate at which population is growing high, that could not be like at par. So हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं ना कि food grows at arithmetic scale. ठीक है, arithmetic progression ये भी कह सकते हो, arithmetic progression. लेकिन हम लोग का population का क्या है? Population grows at geometric progression. ठीक है, geometric progression मतलब exponentially population का increase होता है. जैसे cells में हम लोग cell division देखते हैं ना, पहले 1, then 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, like that. So population वैसे grow करते हैं geometric progression में. तो जितना ही आप फूड को क्यों ना एनहांस करे, लैंड की क्यों ना लिविंग कंडीशंस यू प्रिपेयर, there is always a chance that population will outgrow it. ठीक है? So therefore, the government was forced to take up serious measures to check this population growth rate. कि अब population को कैसे decrease करना है, एक check में रखना है. The government was interested in this. So what happened was they brought in measures like हम दो हमारे दो, right? What is the meaning? कि हम दो. Who is हम दो? हम दो refers to the two parents, right? The two parents. हम दो. And हमारे दो. Who are हमारे दो? हमारे दो are two children max. You can have one child, or at max you can have two children. So this method or this measure was improvised. Every couple should not take more than two children. Right? What else was done? कि marriageable age जो है for men it was raised to 21 years. For women it was brought to 18 years. So that very young people like lesser than 21 and 18, they are stopped from getting married. And then the government also gives a lot of incentives if you have a small family. अगर आपके पास single child है, वो भी girl child है, then you are given very good financial aid regarding the girl child's education. A lot of states in India, they also provide financial aid in girl child's marriage. So all of these measures are available. Well, so introductory part हम लोग का यहीं पे खत्म होता है. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग क्या देखेंगे कि कॉन्ट्रासेप्शन क्या है, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव मेथड्स क्या है, what are their mode of action, and all these. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel by explaining. Bye bye.